Hare Krishna, everyone. Dhanavat Pranams. Jai Srila Prabhupada. I hope you are all well. This is the first in a long time face-to-phone, see what I did there? Face-to-phone talk I've done. We've been really busy over the last couple of months here at the Hare Krishna Project. We've been on tour. We've been in Scotland, we've been in the Midlands in England, and we've been in France. We have been producing a high number of Hare Krishna Project podcasts. We are fast approaching our 200th episode, which is phenomenal. And any free time I've had, and I have found some, thank the Lord, I've been writing new chapters for the Inclusive Krishna book, which is actually ahead of schedule, and I have one more chapter to write, and it will be then in full draft form, ready for proofreading. So Inclusive Krishna should be out at the very beginning, or the beginning-ish of 2026. I'm on a wonderful walk today, having a bit of a moment outside. I love this type of kind of frosty, chilly weather. I actually find it quite therapeutic, particularly for chanting in the mornings. I've got my kind of farmer outfit on with my wellies. I was at a service station on the M1 the other day, just like this, and somebody asked me if I was a farmer, and I said I'm not a farmer, but farming is part of my family history. The Hartleys, that's my legal surname. The Hartleys used to own a lot of land in Somerset. My family were landowners. So hey, if I ever inherit any land in any will at some point in the future, I promise, you've heard it here first on the Hare Krishna Project social media channels, I promise that we will build an all-inclusive Hare Krishna temple where everyone is welcome, irrespective of who they are and where they are from. But today I am not here to talk about my family heritage. I'm here to talk about initiation and initiations, and because it's something by Krishna's arrangement that keeps coming up in conversations that I'm having with people for a number of years since we started to produce kind of edgy podcasts. I've had people contacting me about a whole range of issues. They email the Hare Krishna Project team, they message our website, they contact me privately, and they ask a whole range of issues, and I'll always try and be honest and fair and transparent about my views on things, and also give alternative views on what other people might think as well. But just recently, people have been contacting me, and conversations have been had about initiation and initiations. And initially, if somebody generally contacts me about initiation, they want advice on initiation or initiations, I'm always very transparent and fair and open and honest with them. I'll ask them what type of initiation do they want, and they might say that. I might have to explain the different types of initiation. And then I will recommend different groups that provide different options. So if you want, I don't know, Ritvik initiation, there's those groups over there. If you want Diksha initiation, there's those groups over there. And if you want something in the middle, which some groups do, there's those groups over there. And I will say to people, these are the options available to you, and you can do what you want. I've always been very open and honest on our social media channels that I would describe myself as a social libertarian, and the philosophy behind that is you have to make your own choice about your own life. I can give you advice, I can give you my thoughts on things, but ultimately you have to make your own decision about your own life. It's between you and Krishna, you and God, you and your guru. It's no one else's business. Somebody contacted me recently in the USA to ask about Diksha initiation. And I won't give his identity away. His question was around what options are available for Diksha initiation. If you're a follower of Prabhupada, if you're a follower of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and you're seeking Diksha initiation in the line from Prabhupada, what options are available outside of the institution of ISKCON? And he asked the question from very much a point of view of discouragement that there were no options. So he was surprised that actually I was able to provide a number of options. Before I come on to what they are, I just want to say a bit of a plug for my first book, The Hare Krishnas in Britain. Came out in 2021. It's on Amazon, The Hare Krishnas in Britain, published under my legal name, Nathan Hartley. I have listed at least 20 different Hare Krishna groups in Britain, where you can get involved in those groups, you can serve in those groups, you can take initiation in those groups, and so therefore that's ISKCON and 19 other groups. So if you're seeking initiation, literally that book is a database of different Hare Krishna groups, and that they're available and they're there. I would also say, as a slight caveat, your search shouldn't be for initiation anyway. Our focus in Krishna consciousness should be on how to serve the Lord, how to serve Krishna. That should be our focus. Initiation can be and is a part of that journey, but our focus should always be on serving the Lord, serving Krishna. Slight tangent there, but pick up my first book, The Hare Krishnas in Britain, for a database of at least 20 different Hare Krishna groups in the UK that you can get involved with, you can serve with, you can take initiation in as well. So, this issue of Diksha initiation and ISKCON. ISKCON no longer has a monopoly on Diksha initiation, I was going to say in the West, but I'd actually say anywhere in the world. And I'd actually say, thinking about it rationally and historically, they haven't had a monopoly on initiation, on Diksha initiation, for at least 30 years. Because actually it was it was the mid-1990s that Srila Narayan Maharaj first came to Britain, offering a number of different things to people who are looking for spiritual solace. And one of those things he was offering was Diksha initiation. So actually, ISKCON hasn't had the monopoly on Diksha initiation in the West for at least 30 years. But it's only really in the last 5 or 6 years that people are starting to talk about that. People are starting to talk about different options, different alternatives. Recently, I was at the League of Devotees Srila Prabhupada Festival in Rouen, France. A wonderful 3 days of chanting, dancing, feasting and philosophy. And one of the conversations that came up, we were kind of chatting, having prasadam. We were talking about how ISKCON historically has used Diksha initiation as a hold to hold people, a hold to keep people. And it's been used as a level of imposing and enforcing fear in people that they cannot leave the institution of ISKCON because they will no longer find Diksha initiation elsewhere. And actually they might lose their Diksha initiation. On that point, it's important to stress and important to note that is not sastrically or theologically true in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. You cannot lose your Diksha initiation. Now, I've heard recently in the UK, ISKCON has been threatening some devotees if they leave the temple, if they're no longer serving in ISKCON or volunteering in ISKCON, they will lose their Diksha initiation. What nonsense! What a deviation! What heresy in the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. So this conversation came up in France, and we're having a long conversation about Diksha initiation outside of ISKCON, or independently or separate from ISKCON, and how ISKCON cannot use that hold. It doesn't have the hold on Western Gaudiya Vaishnavism anymore, because it isn't the only option for Diksha initiation. And then just recently, this guy in the USA asked me this question, well, what options are there available for Diksha initiation outside of the institution of ISKCON? And actually, there are a lot. You'll find now that a lot of groups are becoming independent. They are being independent. And independence is in my experience, a wonderful thing. Many of you all know that the Hare Krishna project is an independent initiative. We are not linked with ISKCON, we're not linked with any other group in that traditional mat sense. We are independent. But in 2024, we formed a partnership, or to be a bit political, we formed an alliance with 2 other independent temples, the Hare Krishna Centre in Leicester and the Radha Kripa Mission in Rouen, France. And I am loving our partnership. It's been going now for almost a year and a half. We've got some really strong relationships. And one of the things that the League of Devotees has enabled, one of the things that the League of Devotees has done, it has opened up the options. It has provided options for Diksha initiation separately from the institution of ISKCON. So, for example, if a devotee, and new people are, now, if someone joins the Hare Krishna project, we're a travelling Sankirtan team, and they're looking for Diksha initiation in the line of Prabhupada, that can now be provided thanks to the League of Devotees. If somebody joins the Hare Krishna Centre in Leicester, a beautiful, beautiful, homely, welcoming, warm temple in Leicester, and they're seeking Diksha initiation, that can now be provided in the League of Devotees. We have an initiating Diksha Guru in the League of Devotees, and at some point in the future, there will be more. So we, at the League of Devotees, we can provide Diksha initiation in the line of Srila Prabhupada to everyone who's after it. I'll stress again, your focus shouldn't be on getting initiated though. Your focus should be on Guru and Gauranga. How can we put Krishna first in our lives? And that should be the focus. So in reality, ISKCON hasn't had a monopoly on Diksha initiation for at least 30 years. It's only really the last 5 or 6 years that people have really talked about it and had the guts, bit of a slang term, the guts, the bravery, the confidence to go elsewhere and actually see what is available in the very colourful and diverse world of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So, if you haven't picked up a copy of my first book, The Hare Krishnas in Britain, it's available on Amazon. Just put The Hare Krishnas in Britain in, or go to the Hare Krishna Project website, theharekrishnaproject.org.uk, click on shop, go to other books, and you'll find a link to the books that I've written there. So ISKCON hasn't had the monopoly on Diksha initiation for at least 30 years. And it's great that so many of us are now aware of that. And, in my professional life, I work as a networker. I get paid to talk to businesses, to liaise with businesses, to create links between businesses and communities in the charity sector. And what I'm trying to do now through the League of Devotees, through the Hare Krishna Project, is use those interests to serve the Lord. Krishna consciousness isn't necessarily about giving everything up. It's not about giving up your wonderful green jacket. It's not about giving up your interests in social issues. Actually, it's about dovetailing your interests, retuning your interests and your enthusiasms in this material world to serve Krishna, to serve the Lord. So, hopefully you find this very short talk useful. If you're watching this on Facebook, please do like, follow, comment, share. And if you're watching this on YouTube, those are the 2 platforms you can watch these Hare Krishna Project talks. Please also do like and comment and share the link as well. Okay, have a great day. Hare Krishna and Jai Srila Prabhupada.